Okay, let's move on towards the game. This is going to be the area selection. We're going to be having Alf coming out as Walk started spawning by the Shack Gate, and then it's going to be Seer, Antiquarian, Mercenary, and then Weeping Clown in Big Boat. I bought YouTube Premium just so there's no ads popping up while I do my stuff. But let's move on towards the persona traits, shall we? Persona traits, we're going to be having a triple flywheel here. Well, no, triple window speed boost alongside with the Seer having flywheel, so no borrow time on Seer, and of course the Mercenary with Titan. We're going to be having Waxar that's running detention only with teleportation here, so it's most likely going to be maybe max control freak and then max berserker and max pallet breaking here. But let's move on towards the game then, shall we? This will be Waxar this here. We're going to have Zeta Alf coming out for the first half, and let's see our first chase. First chase seems like we're gonna go closely towards the Seer right now, but Seer's already pulling quite a big distance. Not seeing where Wax Artist is right now, but Wax Artist is also trying to play a little bit of mind game here and there. We did manage to pull in distance quite a little bit, but for Seer overall in this area, double 11, quite long windows here to use. Wax Artist, seems like we're going to vault over first, but those are really nice movements there done by Rowley. There's going to be no wax landed on towards the Seer just yet, but right after that window speed boost, it seems like we may be getting some wax here and there, but we're still trying to play the long game. That's some very nice mind games there done by the Wax Artist, trying to pull this here back in a little bit more just so the pallet speed boost isn't taken too much in effect, but that's going to be 36% wax. Okay. But once again, Wax Artist versus Seer. Seer probably has 10% owl right now, considering the distance was quite far, but in this area it's going to be quite hard for you to be able to land anything. Maybe against the Seer it's doable, but once again, it's just because of that obstacle there, it's kind of hard for you to be able to land any wax. But that's going to be 92% wax. We are going to be able to get the owl out here thankfully, and then forcing ourselves to actually take the wax. I feel like we could have vaulted over that window there, Rowley, because I'd say we could have definitely bought way more time to force Alf to either hitting you and then you rotating towards Shack, but seems like Soba is in Shack, so that's a little bit of unfortunate timing. We do see on the bottom left hand side of our screen as well, Rowley this year currently having 50% owl recharge. We still do have a flywheel though, which is nice, but that's still quite a lot of distance being pulled in there. We are going to be able to vault in. That's going to be the window speed boost coming into effect, but Seer is... I guess Seer's gonna play the distance pulling right now as much as possible. We did manage to pull in the distance. Seer still having one flywheel to use. Not a bad flywheel, but used a little bit too early. We do also see that Anti-Current is nearby, so we could potentially force out the excitement, but it seems like Alpha is gonna actually hold on towards the teleport here. Well, I mean, Alpha doesn't really have anything, but the only reason why Anti came was to see if they have excitement or teleport or blink, but it seems like they probably locked on towards that teleportation. And then locking the cipher machine near Big Boat. I don't think Anti can decode the cipher machine anymore, considering the fact that Alpha will be locking that cipher machine 24/7, so they may just end up running towards Shack anyway, to Broken Shack anyways, to decode that cipher. But seeing from this side, we have our next blob wax ready. Anti won't be able to decode at all. It's going to be after half here for the survivors. Meanwhile, Mercenary is going to come in. Mercy, it'll take a little bit of time for Mercy, has to buy quite a bit of time, but also Waxar doesn't have max presence, so that's good news for the survivors overall. We are going to be able to get a normal hit. Okay, that's no problem. Seer should have his next owl ready. Seer should have his next owl ready, but with nothing left to use here because we maximized everything. I mean, Seer did manage to get it out, but that's a 3-second stun and then 5 seconds to rotate around. I don't think that 5 seconds is going to be enough of locking over the window. And it does seem like Seer will be going down anyways. Then Cypher Machine progress, let's see. We are still missing one full Cypher Machine. It's more of an unfortunate fact that Alpha was able to lock the Cypher near Antiquarian. But we also do see that Mercenary is still having 2 elbow pads here. There are 3 Cypher Machines out there. What probably is the best for survivors here is to open a Cypher Machine each. We do see that Weeping Clown is already rotating away. Meanwhile, Antiquarian trying to come back in, baiting the Wax Artist, I guess. And it seems like we're going to run towards the big rock here, trying to play as much mind games here as possible, but sees that Alpha is actually not nearby right now. That's kind of a nice distance pulling here, and this is pretty much of a really good area for Anti-Current to be in. Maybe not dropping that pallet would have been better to play a little bit of a longer loop, but it seems like the thing is, Anti definitely could have tried forcing the immediate stunt for a 4-second disarm, but it seems like it wouldn't be possible here anymore. We're able to land a little more wax over towards those barrels, which is a little bit more surprising to me. Anti-current, that's going to be a pushback. Okay, that's going to be a second one, but it doesn't seem like Anti's going to be able to do it anymore as hot wax has just been opened by the wax artist. So 65% cipher machine. Doesn't seem like wax artist is going to be able to lock any more cipher machines nearby. They did open an extra cipher machine after all, but I guess this is really the cost of down. Well, I wouldn't even say that Seer downed near the survivors. He did down pretty far away, but wax artist has pretty long hands, has quite a big range. So what can we do? Ivory is going to come in here, but Ivory has to be very careful of the double down situation here at the end of the day. We are going to be able to get that lock on towards Ivory. Alf on 96% wax right there. We are going to be opening the cipher machine here a little bit early. That is understandable. That is 100% understandable because they... Okay, Alf mind gamed them way too hard right there. Alf actually mind gamed them way too hard. That 96% wax, because like the moment you get a hot wax on, it's going to be a down anyway. So for the survivors there, aha, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Alf had the upper hand. Alf definitely had the upper hand here. Meanwhile, Mercenary is still trying to crouch, buying as much time as possible. We need to guarantee at least a 1-man elimination, but with 1 elbow pad remaining. Seems like we want an elbow pad towards the dungeon, but the dungeon is a little bit too far away, and we have a wax artist here with unlimited range as long as we know how to aim. But of course, that's going to be a half pop. And the next window lock is going to be ready. We did manage to lock the cipher, the pallet there. But for Mercenary, no pallet here remaining to use except for that pallet that has been locked. Mercenary half health, immediate down by the detention hit. Let's congratulate Alf here for the win game, 3-bot elimination. Let's move on to our second half. Okay, Aka's going to be spawning as Clown here. We're going to be seeing Joker going against First Officer, Antiquarian, a Toy Merchant, and an Embalmer. Embalmer is at a relatively safe place. I think it's really just Mochi's spawn location that's a little bit odd because First Officer does get countered really hard by by a Joker. So for the First Officer here, First Officer may actually become the first chase. So for the survivors, it's more or less going to be 2 tie turners here. Most likely will have tie turner. But of course, for Zeta survivors, they only need a tie to win against RC. So we're going to have to see how Aka plays this. Let's move on towards the persona traits. We're going to be having a double window speed boost here, alongside which Hamatu bring an extra flywheel on the Embalmer. So no borrowed time. Seems like Toy Merchant is going to be tie turner here, so only First Officer has a tie turner. That's understandable because you kind of lock the persona first before the hunter picks their hunter. But of course, Aka bring Insolence attention with teleportation. A little bit of a surprising pick here, but on towards this game. Let's see who's going to be the first chase. We're going to go straight towards small boat area to pick up our first 2 items. It seems like it's going to be a shower head and a rocket modification here for the unlimited rocket. Oh, we also got a speed boost as well, which is nice, but no Tinnitus here remaining. Aka probably will know. Aka probably knows that First Officer is already on his way into double 11. So for now, it seems like chasing after First Officer would be kind of impossible. Dolusu is the next best chase, but even with Dolusu here, you didn't get anything, didn't get a Palestine as well, but we still do have a... We still do have that to jump. So there we go. Toy Merchant with a jump, Toy Merchant with a catapult. But I guess that's more or less just... It's not unfortunate because Dolisu definitely placed that down properly. The catapult there was to avoid the clown from coming in to hit him. But that's not a beautiful... It's not that much of a good flywheel. But also on that side of the flywheel, you could potentially say that if the rocket wings were equipped, then maybe that flywheel would have worked. But I guess at the end of the day, it's all mind games. But Aka not getting rid of the catapult genuinely. I just don't understand people who don't get rid of catapults. Like, if there's pallets nearby, get rid of it. You might as well at the end of the day. But Mochi here, being able to take that normal chip, still able to go through. But it seems like we want a teleportation in. We didn't manage to hit anyone because of the short hitbox here. So that teleport is going to get out of range, but we still are able to jump. So I think we have to pull a rocket here. That's a very nice mind game. We have to pull the rocket there. We know that Toy Merchant is currently at 2-story area, but Toy Merchant most likely will be coming back. Aka has to get a rocket modification on first. He has to get a rocket modification on first before anything else, but Kazuneko being nearby right now as well, we probably could... Oh, Kazu. Okay, fair enough. Kazuneko coming in. That's going to be a hit down there once again. But Kazuneko doesn't have flip anymore, so I guess that's more than enough time bomb. But seeing the Cypher Machine progresses here, doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. For now, we are 2 minutes in towards the game, so it does still seem like it's going to be a tie game. Now, the reason is... Oh, we got that. Okay, that is bad. The reason is because of the fact that accelerated decoding was starting 1 minute. But then if I look at the Cypher Machine, the survivors health wise, first officer being able to double down kind of does hurt, and Bomber was rotating quite a lot during the game, so that's not good for the survivor as well. But also at the same time, we did manage to find where can we find is the main question. I think if we lose Dolisu here, this is probably quite bad. But it seems like for Aka, we're gonna go down towards basement, kind of realizing where okay, yeah, we realized. Okay, fair enough. I will give you the credits for that. I would have never went down here, but I guess we do have to give the credits for that. We do manage to finish 2 Cypher Machines, but also at the same time, flywheel once again. I think that's genuinely because of the fact that we don't have the speed modification on for wheel here. Once again, we're going to equip an unlimited rocket dash. First officer is back towards half health. We are going to be dashing in straight towards Kazuneko here. Kazuneko wouldn't potentially be bad, but once again, not getting rid of that is your demise, Aka. Not getting rid of that is really your demise. Can we just get rid of the catapults now, please? Please, pretty please. No, we're not going to get rid of. Please, just get rid of them. Just. There's another one over there. Can we get rid of that too, please? We are not. Okay, we're gonna go for the first officer here. There's double pallets there to use right in front of them, but Mochi cannot put any of the pallets down because this is a clown at the end of the day, so we want to pick up as much modifications as possible here as we can, trying to bait as much as possible. Aka, I am a little bit dizzy, but being able to get that chip hit while being able to get that rocket hit, we still equipped our second last rocket, if I'm not, well, there's probably around 3 more rockets left in the field because Aka was only at one side of the map, so that's fully understandable. But from what I'm seeing here, Mochi will be going down, them missing 2 full Cypher Machines here. Mochi going down, that means Embalmer is the only one that can actually come in to rescue. Meanwhile, Anti-Current here trying to finish the Cypher Machine, currently 50%. Dream elimination here is kind of guaranteed for Aka, which is very surprising to me, especially with the fact that this team comp is kind of strong against a clown in an area like this. But maybe it is the teleport that actually helped out quite a bit here. But anyways, Hamatu still looking around. Aka still not willing to get rid of the pallets here. I will still not understand. Well, I mean, maybe it's the pros ways of thinking, but if it was me, I'd just get rid of it. Like, I genuinely would just get rid of it. 90% Cypher Machines. 4 Cypher Machines going to be popped by Anti here, but it seems like for the survivor they want to aim for a 3-man escape. Anti-Current being nearby, but also Embalmer being forced out. Embalmer definitely has been forced out. We definitely will be able to see where Embalmer is, but Embalmer also has been a flywheel here. We have to be very careful here. Can we just break one, please? Yeah, at least break 1 or 2. Genuinely, like, don't make this hard for anyone. Okay, we did not get a hit. That's 1 shower head gone. We could hit here. We could just normal hit Embalmer there. I believe hit normal hit Embalmer there, and then rocket dash will be fine. But I guess that works as well. So there goes down the first officer. We do have teleportation still available to go against Kazuneko. Kazuneko here definitely have to pull quite a little bit of an early distance. For Aka, Aka's main goal here to guarantee the formal elimination is to get as much items as possible. Survivor's items right now has been fully consumed because of the whole push and pull that we've been doing here and there, but Aka also cannot pull a rocket here because of the pallets. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. You need to at least get rid of the 2 pallets here because it's such a long pallet area, so it's not worth your time at all. Of course, there we go down. We also have to be careful in this situation. Even when we pull a rocket here, can Anti-Queer... Oh my god. Fair enough. You know what? Let's just print out Anti managed to get that push back. But also looking at the Cypher Machine progress here, can we teleport towards... I think we should just teleport towards Embalmer, no? I don't even think you need to. Yeah. Put on one shower head and then teleport over. And then we're gonna see a little bit of a mind game here and there, and Palmet2 rushing straight towards that corner right now, but there's still one pallet being dropped down right there. We're gonna play as much mind games here as I should have gotten rid of the pallet, I won't lie. Should have gotten rid of the pallet. Yeah, you should have gotten rid of the pallet. It's just like you're not gonna win against that pallet, especially in this tier, in this type of tier of survivors. You're just not gonna win against that pallet. But of course, Hamid2 is doing a really good job of containing right now. But even if Hamid2 goes down here, we don't actually have the means of borrowed time. That's gonna be a very brilliant terror shock down. But even with a terror shock down, we are going to opt to chair here no matter what. Now, we still do have one unlimited rocket dash ready to go. We do see that Kazuneko is still decoding that cipher machine, so once we get unlimited rocket on, it should be a 4-man elimination here. A little bit surprising here from Aka with the 4-man elimination, especially with a team that basically counters Joker pretty hard. Well, okay, wow. Fair enough. I would have not. He probably heard. Aka probably heard. He probably heard. Yeah, you know what? He probably heard the breathing sounds. But anyways, Kazuneko here, having barely any flutes remaining. We want to save one flute for later, but that's going to be a very nice dash over. It's still 30 seconds, well, 40, 50 seconds remaining on Embalmer's chair. For Embalmer here, well, I mean, Aka gets to have like 6 rocket dashes during the meantime, so we are going to be able to get a normal hit down. Let's congratulate Aka here for the 4-man elimination and for Orsley winning against Zeta. Let's move on towards game 2.